Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And we'll do GrumpyCat, Bojack, a couple of other things in here as well. So we'll start off with the GrumpyCat. GrumpyCat at $1.5 million market cap. That has not really changed. It's been relatively flat, even though it's down about 2.1% on the day. 118,000 in 24-hour trading volume, so it's even less than OMI's, so it's really not all that much. We'll get into Bojack real quick. Bojack has had really low volume, only like 24,000, but it has maintained over a $1 million market cap, or 1.1 million over the last 24 hours. So I think it went up to like 1.6, retraced back down. It should be a next leg up probably tomorrow after some announcements and some other people that are joining. But again, when I work on these things, I'm not really focused on the token price. I'm just focused to help try to put out good things, like as far as the did a couple of editing things with the GrumpyCat comic, and again, that's proven to take a little bit longer than than I would like, just because you want to have good characters and you want to have a good story and you want to have good positive things. We don't just want to get something out just to get it out. Making a good product, I think, is really arguably much better. Even if there's there's nothing else coming out. There's other stuff coming out as well, but this is just happens to be my department, and I can't wait to you guys to see that, and for Bojack as well. Another thing that I really took a look at today before I get into the OMI was Anchor. As you guys know, I had mentioned them a bit before the Microsoft partnership, and then they had a big on pump, and then they came right back down. And the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because Microsoft is currently conducting the largest infrastructure build out that humanity has ever seen. Like, and this is not like clickbait. I'm not gonna put that in the title, but this is not like hyperbole. The annual run rate of mega projects, let's say like nationwide rail networks, dams, or even space programs like the Apollo moon landing, they all pale in comparison to the $50 billion that's going to be annually spent on a data center Microsoft has penned in for 2024 and beyond. The infrastructure build-out is aimed squarely at accelerating the path to AGI and bringing the intelligence of generative AI to every facet of life form. So listen, if you go and you take, I don't know, what is Mark Zuckerberg spending on the metaverse? I mean, towards the end of the decade, he'll have spent $250 billion on it. But that's over the course of like 10 years. This is $50 billion in 1 year. And again, why does this matter? I don't know that there's a big connection on there, but there very well might be. Again, Microsoft did partner with Anchor, ANKR. I think there might be something there. It might not be. I don't know. I haven't rebought it yet. I will likely rebuy it in the next couple weeks. I will keep you all posted. But speaking of rebuying stuff, let's talk about everybody's favorite token, or at least why most people are here. OMI. We are at 00060 with 681,000 in volume. Better than we had the other day. I think we had like 400,000 the other day. I was like, oh my god, it's so low. But again, that's just because it's hard to buy. It's not on a lot of exchanges. Really nothing new here on the day. Or there might be something with some other bits of news. I don't want to go really too much into tokens, but we'll compare it to the rest. Bitcoin up 1.6 on the day, Ethereum up 2.1%, BNB up 1%, XRP up 2.5%, Solana's up 3%, Lido Staked up 2.2%, Cardano up 1.5%, and Dogecoin up 1.8%. So again, it is a fairly good day for the market, or the crypto market at large. But OMI is down about 0.7%, again, at that 00060. We've been around here before. I think yesterday, 2 days ago, we got down to like 0000595. That's about where we got to last time. I think we got down to 00055 last time. This is a relatively good accumulation zone for me and others like me. For you guys, again, I don't know. A lot of people already have their bags packed. I had a friend ask me the other day, he's like, hey, should I like put more in? I was like, hey, listen. If you want to, you can. And if you say, hey, Randy, I'm going to go put in an extra, he doesn't have a ton, he has a couple millions, like an extra 500 or an extra 1,000, whatever. I wouldn't argue against that. I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But again, that was for my friend, not really anything going on with anything that you guys could do, because I cannot give advice to you guys. Anyway, on to the Veve news. I did have a couple of things I wanted to go over with. One of the things that I mentioned on my live stream yesterday was the amount of sold NFTs this past week. We had 26 sold from Prince, we had 28 sold from Factor 777, and 52 sold from Pop's Collection 34. Now, altogether, that's a little over 100. It's like 100, like 108. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 106, which is, fine. The top three accounts in total, or not the top three accounts, the top three sellers in total had sold 106 collectibles. Pales in comparison to Colonel Sats. Colonel Sats by himself had bought 249 collectibles on Veve. Now, there's a new account called 5B11, it's new to the top 500 anyway, currently has 1,689 NFTs. Now, I'm not 100% sure what B511 had last week, but because it takes 1,291 NFTs in order to come and be in the top 500, he had to be below that because he was not in the top 500 wallets last week. So he purchased, if he was like a 1290, he had purchased 399 NFTs. That's a lot. And he's only number 2. Again, he probably purchased well over 400, maybe even close to 500, because again, he wasn't in that top 500. But number 1 is Bezojman, again, who is the number 1 wallet and the number 1 purchaser every single week. He had bought 1,237 collectibles over on Veve, and I thought that deserves some special attention. And also what I think deserves some special attention is the last 10 of the top 500 wallets. When they first started tracking this months ago, you needed over 1,000, but you needed 1,030, 1,050, whatever it was. And now you need a bit more than that. You need more than 1,100, you need more than 1,200. You need 1,291 to be there. In the next 2 weeks, you will likely see no wallet that's in the top 500 have under 1,300 collectibles. So again, if people want to go and sell, if people want to go and say like, hey, I'm done with this, I'm waiting for that, which again, you can, it's fine. But the bigger wallets are every single one of them accumulating. And again, in the last 10 days, we had 8 Secret Rare Spider-Man sell. And then we also had 3 Miles Morales sell, Secret Rare. So, and these don't cost even $500. Secret Rare Spider-Man's over 4K. Secret Rare Miles over 8K. So people are spending thousands of dollars sometimes, because there was one guy that purchased both a Secret Rare Peter Parker Spider-Man and a Secret Rare Miles Morales. That's 5 figures worth. It's over 10,000. That's a lot. Speaking of a lot of money, and again, I will get into more Veve stuff, and this I think does count, because we have a couple days left for the silent auction of the gold and silver logo. Now, the gold and silver logo currently over on the floor in the marketplace, like $4,500. It's actually pretty low. It's the lowest it's been in a long time, several months. But the one that you can get in this auction, and it's a silent auction, so whatever you want to bid. You want to bid 5K, 10K, whatever it is. Again, but be advised, the floor of these are 4,500. So I don't see this really getting more than maybe 6. And the reason for that is because this card that you would get, this gold logo card, or this gold logo, is not just any logo. It's personally given to you from David. None of it it's not been redeemed yet. So you have a 10% chance of it getting in a 2-digit. It's obviously going to be either 3-digit or 2-digit, but 10% chance of it being a 2-digit. And you get to redeem all of the stuff, the Frankenfat, the Golden Monkeys, the version 2 gold silver logo. I still need that number 41. So, it's a lot that you're able to get. And on top of that, you have a breakfast or a lunch with Alcon. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, one, because it's for charity, and there's a very real possibility that someone could just be like, oh, you know what? This is for charity. I'm going to need to donate $10,000 anyway to get it off my balance sheet, $20,000. I might as well do this and then also have the record for the most amount paid for a logo, and also get this with all its utility, where not only do I have a breakfast with Alcon or a lunch with you and a friend, so it's not just you, it could be just you if you want, But also, that's your ticket to seeing David and Dan multiple times a year and being going and talking to, again, billionaires multiple times a year. You would normally have to pay tens of thousands, if not six figures for that. And I'll show you some proof. Speaking of Alcon, so Alcon happens to have the children's charity. He's got the First Responders Children's Foundation, and there's a couple of things that he goes and he does. Now, for the First Responders Children's Foundation, he is invited to the Thanksgiving Day parade breakfast every single year. This is from their website. Can't see that because this is too bright. First Responders Children's Foundation. This is them, and this is him with the mayor of New York. Why do I bring this up, Chavez? What does this have to do with Veve? Again, the donations from this gold silver logo go to the First Responders Children's Foundation. If you want to go and participate, email queenscourtcharity@gmail.com with your number, however much you're willing to spend on it. And why I go and I bring this up is because, okay, what does this have to do with Veve? Well, if you want to go to this breakfast, you have to purchase tickets. Well, how much are tickets? Well, if you just want to go to have like a thing, not really sit with Al, not really sit with the mayor, not really, you just have tickets to a grill in Bryant Park, it's $1,000. It's $1,000 per adult. Now, there are deals to be had, and you can get a bronze sponsorship where, you get 4 tickets to the Thanksgiving Day parade breakfast and private curbside VIP viewing. So it's $5,000 for that. But that is for 4 VIP tickets. So you get to go and, that average that out, that's $1,250. Okay, a little bit more, but you get a little bit more. Okay, for silver sponsorship, that is $10,000. And again, you get 8 VIP tickets. So again, average that out, it is $1,250. But here's where it gets interesting. The gold sponsorship at $25,000, you have a photo opportunity with the first responder families and scholarship. Okay, that's cool, but that's still $25,000. That's a lot. But for 12 VIP tickets, so 25,000, and you do that divide by 12, it's over $2,000 per ticket. Now, here's the one where it gets super, super interesting. Because again, the $25,000 package only gets you a photo op with the first responder families and scholarship. There's other things that you get on there. You get their logo. There's a whole bunch of things. Again, go to that website and you can find it. But the platinum sponsorship, which is $50,000, you get to go and have photo opportunities with dignitaries such as the New York City mayor and commissioners, as well as the first responder families. So paying $50,000 for that. Now be advised, you get 18 tickets for this, so that's obviously quite a lot. So if you do the 50 and you divide it by 18, that is $2,777 each. Most people are not going to know 18 people just in general that's going to be able to go to that. But let's say you divide it by like 4, 12,500 each. That's a lot. And in order to go and do this type of thing, and again, it's for charity, so people do it towards the end of the year to get it off their books. But that is still a 5-figure amount payment to have breakfast with the mayor and a photo op with the mayor. That is a lot. So, and maybe you get to have a quick conversation with them. Maybe you get to have whatever. But I'm just saying, this is the type of money that people pay to go have breakfast and talk with these high-level people. David and Dan are these high-level people. This is why I have 2 logos. This is why I do want to get a third, because there's a very real chance that these logos go for tens of thousands of dollars in the future, because of stuff like this. And again, there are countless other examples, whether you want to go and have a private table at a club next to Cardi B, not even at her table, but just the table next to her. This is I think these are incredibly undervalued, not financial advice. In case you missed it on my stream yesterday, I applied, oh God, I don't know why this keeps on going and being super bright, but I applied for the Veve community manager role. Why did I do that? I'm sure they have at least a dozen super qualified people to go and apply there. I already named a couple people that I thought would be really, really good for that. My collectibles, Veve Magic, Foster Hill. And again, there's a bunch of other people as well that would also be really good. But if I tried to name all of them, we'd be here all day, and a lot of people just wouldn't leave their jobs. Like, again, this is going to be a stressful job. I don't know who applied. If they just say, hey, listen, for the criteria, for the stress that you'll be under, for like whatever, and they come to me and say, hey, you're probably the best choice, and you're going to have to do this, this, and this. Listen, if it's according to Veve's plan, and they say, hey, if you do these things, this will help out the company a lot. But it's going to be sacrifice. It's not going to be a ton of money. I don't think community managers make that much. And again, that's not Veve just being cheap. That's just what the job pays. Like, if you're going and you're saying like, hey, we need you to, like mow lawns or, do some hedging, like, you're not going to be getting paid like 80,000 a year, like that type of thing. That's just not worth it. That's just the job. That's the pay for that job is much, much less. So the pay for a community manager, I don't know, 50K a year. Oh God, I really hope it's more than that. Maybe, it's taxable income. So even if they do like 70K a year, taxable income, it's not a ton. But if you go and you, whatever Veve wants, Veve's we're gonna try to get for Veve. So whoever it is, good luck to you. I honestly hope they don't pick me, because I hope that there's somebody else that's super more qualified, that has a super flexible schedule, that is willing to do anything. Again, I'll be willing to do pretty much anything as well. But yeah, that's just kind of my hope. Whatever's good for Veve. Comment down below who you guys want to see there, or who do you think would be the best one. So for the Veve feed, it goes in saying top 4 selling secondary market brands on Veve, and this is for yesterday, was the Marvel Mighties, huzzah, the Pink Panther, Disney Frozen Collection, and Disney Golden Moments. So it's weird that the Marvel Mighties had more action than the Disney Golden Moments and the Frozen Collection combined. That I thought was really cool. The top 4 selling secondary market comics were Amazing Spider-Man number 41, Spider-Man number 3, Marvel Superheroes number 13, and Fantastic Four number 1. People be stacking those comics. Fantastic Four number 1 is amazing. Now the top 4 selling secondary market collectibles were the Pink Panther animated, Daredevil, Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and Simba. So that's really cool. Automated, all right, secondary market sales. Oh, wow. There was not a lot of secondary market sales. There was only 576 collectibles and 1,017 comics. So there's really not a ton for that. Yeah. All right, moving on here. So there's a logo holder sweepstakes. Eagle Eye says, we extend, I don't even know if I can. Yeah, I guess I can. It's in the Discord. I don't think I could read the message because it is in a private Discord, but if you do have a gold logo holder, if you are a gold logo holder, the incentive in order to be one is there are a logo holder sweepstakes where you can go and potentially win a prize, which is cool. I think they have that for master collectors as well. So I guess since we're getting into the Discord stuff, David was in the Discord earlier today, and David had said a couple of really cool things. Part of which was at OMI, which I probably should have talked about at the beginning of the video, but there was a potential hurdle in OMI progression, and the deadline associated with resolving this issue is hopefully going to be up soon. I know nobody likes hearing that word, but although he didn't explicitly state the nature of the problem, the development, I think, could be interpreted as a pretty positive signal. And I know that sounds confusing. Well, is it being resolved, or is it a chance that the hurdle cannot be overcome? Well, it's going to be resolved with no issues. So that was very, very bullish to hear. Again, there was no timeline on it. I don't think it would be this year. There's like 6 weeks left. So it'd probably likely be Q1 of next year, which is fine. I am going to buy more OMI in a couple weeks after I do something. So people did ask a couple of questions today. It's like, okay, are we going to get an updated showroom? That's going to be what Veveverse is. So in the Veveverse, that is the updated showroom. So the showrooms we have now on your phones are fine, they're cool, but in the Veveverse, that is the updated showroom. Comics can be on the wall, comics can do whatever. The size is really fun. Another question is, why can't I post more than 5 posts in the app feed per day. I have more posts to share. Let's make it 10. I think that is something they are working on. That is something that I think would be really cool to have. And then direct messaging, people ask about as well. When can I direct message? There's a lot of stuff to work on, but they know our concerns that people want to be able to direct message. Because if you say, hey, I see this for X amount of price on the market, can you change it to this, instead of trying to tag them in the Veve feed or trying to find their Twitter and messaging them there. Again, in order for Veve to become like a social media type of thing, which is why it's really good to have a lot of followers. Why people would do that is to try to become it's easier for the secondary market. It's easier for people. It's what we want, but also because that's their next step and really becoming a social media company. Like it's just an alternative form of that. For the logo holders, there were a couple of suggestions that we had gone on and said, it's like, oh, extra MCP points for logo holders. Not a huge amount, just a small one. A notification on the web app, a more user-friendly way to use multiple collectibles in AR. Priority beta or priority access to beta like Veveverse, and priority access to Veveverse land. Utility for an exclusive edition or a secret drop. A whitelist, not a waitlist for logo holders. And again, this is just some of the suggestions that some of the logo holders had for the team. I don't know how many of these will be implemented. I think the extra MCP points would be a good thing. I'm not saying to give us an extra 500 MCP points, close to what it is to staking 10 million OMI, but I think an extra 50 MCP points would be really cool. I think that's relatively small, and I think that's fairly doable. And people do want Veve to go and host their own event outside major conventions. That I would give it 2 years, and that'll likely happen. I don't know what their plans are. It might happen before then. That might be too soon. I might be a little dreaming there, but I think that'll happen eventually. Another thing was more notice to logo holders for upcoming events so they can plan, because again, everyone wants to go to these events, but logo holders really want to go to these events because it's a lot. What do you call it? They get stuff for going there. The redemptions, just the physical merch, and then just the redemptions on the app as well. All right, master collector feedback. People also want to be able to direct message users in the app. People want a trade feature, which I think would be really cool. Ability to share or gift MCP points. I think that is a really cool idea as well. A way to gamble MCP points to potentially win more. That I love the idea. I love the spunk. Whoever asked this has a lot of moxie, but I don't know if that can happen anytime soon. They want to encourage users to become master collectors by letting them transfer a limited amount, which would be cool. Staking collectibles for special rewards also would be cool. Staking collectibles, like, oh my god, give me that. Give me that for Lokis, please, or Mighties. More airdrops rewards for people holding older sets like Ultraman, or like a Powerpuff Girl set, something like that. Set holders can get whitelisted for future special drops. Again, you really want to incentivize people to become those master collectors. Profile in-app, they want the incentive to get more master collectors in the app, perhaps enhanced features on the app only available for master collectors. I think that'd be cool too. Users have the ability to have their own profile store. That would also be really cool. If an item displayed on your profile is for sale, it shows on the profile, and if clicked, ability to show our comics on our profiles, that'd be cool as well. So there's a couple of really cool things in here that I think would be good in general, not just for MCP master collectors. Comment down below your favorite one. And then a quick story from my friend Candace saying, oops, when you're in the local liquor store and notice the staff have a Batman tattoo, say, hey man, you like Batman? And the guy says, yeah, I do. I have heaps of statues, figurines, comics, etc. And she asks, have you heard of Veve? And he says, no. So she opens her app and shows him just his Todd McFarlane, explains quickly around him, while he's serving customers. And as she was leaving, he says, you just cost me a fortune. So she said, have a great day and check it out. So that's just, again, if we can all just do this to one person per day, that'd be really fun. We'd grow pretty quickly. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye. Dashi? Love you guys. Bye.